Guide surviving a hurricane. Any tropical or subtropical cyclone with winds greater than 74 miles per hour, 119 kilometers per hour, is referred to as a hurricane. It pays to be prepared at all times because during the hurricane season, typically late summer to early fall, these storms can develop abruptly from small clusters of thunderstorms. To endure one, you should be aware of how to get ready beforehand, how to handle the storm, and what safety measures to take after it has passed. Huge storm systems called hurricanes frequently travel toward land after developing over ocean water. Hurricanes bring tornadoes, flooding, storm surge, an increase in water level, high gusts, and heavy rain. These storms can harm areas far upstream and are dangerous. So that you can remain safe, get ready now. Grab your emergency kit and leave as soon as the authorities instruct or order you to do so. If you are not required to evacuate, you must choose whether to leave the area, relocate to a higher location nearby, or remain in your house. If you choose to remain inside, keep in mind that even if the high winds and floodwaters do not reach your house, you could lose power and water, and if the roads are impassable, you might not be able to leave your house for several days. If you evacuated, don't come back until you have the necessary supplies and local authorities have deemed it safe to approach your neighborhood. Your house should be carefully inspected and thoroughly cleaned if hurricane-force winds or flooding cause harm to it. If you reside in a hurricane-prone region, be prepared. Do you reside in a hurricane-prone area, such as Florida, Georgia, or the Carolinas? Before the start of hurricane season, which begins on June 1st, organizations like the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, counsel you to be prepared. A family disaster plan, and an emergency disaster supply kit, that is simple for the family to find quickly should be included in your plans. What you will do in an emergency is outlined in a household disaster plan. Consider mapping out several backup escape routes, just in case your preferred one becomes impassable. Decide where you will rendezvous if you become separated. Teach your family members how to switch off the electricity, gas, and water by practicing. Make sure everyone, even the youngest members of the family, understands how to call 911. A disaster pack is something you should always have on hand. It ought to contain the essentials, such as food, drink, a first aid kit, and lights, that you'll require to live independently for at least 72 hours. When winds approach tropical force, it becomes impossible to prepare and you must concentrate on staying alive. Check your insurance policy to see if storm damage is covered. Get a plan if you don't already have homeowners or tenants insurance. Think about getting a generator. After a hurricane passes, a generator will make sure you have power until the power comes back on. Keep it safe and out of the path of rain and rising water. Understand how to use it properly, paying particular attention to appropriate airflow. A generator should always be grounded and placed in a dry location. Never connect a portable generator directly to your home's wiring or put it into a standard outlet because it could backfeed electricity into the lines. Always operate generators outside and away from doors and windows to lower the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. If you're uncertain of how to use it, ask the retailer for a demonstration. Regular testing and upkeep are necessary for generators. If you want to avoid finding out it doesn't work when you need it most, be careful to follow the directions. Purchase flashlights and phones with batteries. During a major hurricane, you'll almost definitely lose power and be cut off from communications and light. Radios and lanterns that run on batteries or kinetic energy might be a good idea to have on hand. The finest weather receiver is a NOAA All Alerts model with a backup battery. You can listen to frequent NOAA updates and predictions on this radio. Make sure it is powered on and in alert mode when the danger arises. Purchase some effective kinetic or battery-powered lamps. An excellent model that can illuminate a small space for several days on 3 AAA batteries is the Coleman LED Micropacker. Kinetic energy lights never run out of electricity because they use mechanical energy from sources like cranks. A secure option is glow sticks. You should be extremely cautious with candles during a tempest due to the possibility of gas leaks. Keep plenty of standard batteries in a watertight receptacle as well. If you can, include a safe room in your home. A safe room is a building made to endure the requirements set forth by the federal government for an extreme weather event, such as a tornado or hurricane. They frequently reside in an interior chamber of houses. In the event of a weather disaster, those who seek refuge in a safe room that has been certified are very likely to avoid harm or death. Beforehand, make sure your stuff is secure. High winds, which can either blow away or tear apart anything that is not well secured, cause the majority of hurricane damage. By taking action prior to the start of the season, try to limit potential harm. Preventatively remove any damaged tree limbs close to your property before the season starts, as high winds have the potential to cause branches and trees to collapse. Clear away any additional debris that a storm might cause to flutter. When there is a watch or alert, fortify your house. If you suspect that a hurricane is approaching, take additional precautions. There are steps you can take to fortify your home before the cyclone even forms, even if you've already made retrofits. Close any storm doors you may have. If not, tape or board up your openings. Use plywood, and don't use duct tape, use alligator tape instead. Buy food and drink in bulk. Your refrigerator won't operate if the electricity goes out, and any meat, dairy, or perishable foods will go bad. You might also lose access to your water. Maintain a well-stocked pantry with canned and non-perishable food, as well as bottled water, with at least a 3-day supply to give yourself the greatest chance of surviving. Water bottles should be filled with fresh water, then kept inside your refuge. A gallon of water per day, per individual, plus additional water for cooking and washing, is required. Make a note of drinking water updates on your schedule to make sure they happen. Evacuate. If you can, try to escape the storm by moving north, where it will have weakened by the time it hits you. For instance, if you reside in southern Florida, move to Georgia, or if you live in the Carolinas, move inland. Instead of attempting to weather the storm while you are gone, it is much simpler to keep the family and pets safe and together. Stay a unit. If at all feasible, leave your house in a group and with one car. Always follow local evacuation instructions. Even if your mobile home was built after 1994, you should still prioritize evacuation if you reside in one. Even Category 1 storms, which are the weakest, can destroy mobile homes. In fact, let's recap. Guidelines to help you survive a hurricane. Stay informed. Keep an eye on local news and weather reports to stay informed about the hurricane's path, strength, and any evacuation orders that may be issued. Follow the advice of local authorities and evacuate immediately if you are told to do so. Prepare your home. If you are staying at home, make sure to secure windows, doors, and any outdoor objects that could become flying debris. Move any valuables to higher ground to protect them from flooding. Stock up on supplies. Gather enough food, water, and other essentials to last for at least 72 hours in case of power outages or impassable roads. Don't forget to include any necessary medications, batteries, and a portable radio. Stay indoors. During the hurricane, stay inside and away from windows, skylights, and glass doors. If necessary, move to a small interior room, closet, or hallway on the lowest level of your home. Be cautious after the storm. Don't go outside until local authorities have given the all-clear. Be aware of downed power lines, flooding, and other hazards that may be present after the storm has passed. Check on others. Make sure to check on neighbors, family members, and friends, especially those who are elderly or disabled. Offer assistance if you are able to do so safely. Remember that hurricanes can be extremely dangerous and unpredictable, so it's important to take them seriously and be prepared. Stay safe. Stay safe.